Alright, welcome back everybody. This is Josh here with Basement Level Magic, and we are in our first round. We've got, it's definitely a questionable one, but we'll go ahead and keep this. We've got a couple play two turns, or turn two plays. Not sure which is better. After seeing Sludgy, I definitely like the thought of having Tide Drifter on turn 2. Otherwise, Anticipate would be a decent option. I just don't want to be getting hit for however he wants. He is going to ingest us no matter what, though. That's the... Alright, so that's fine that he did that. So let's just get our blocker out there. So it'll actually be pretty sweet. On turn 2 and 3, we play our Tide Drifter and our Ruination Guide. So basically every creature we play is going to be a +1/+1. Ah! Never mind. It was going to be sweet. It would have been living the dream, you know. There goes our Incubator Drone. That's alright, we needed the land anyway. I believe I'm actually going to play the Kozilek Sentinel first. I want to be able to block the Sludge Crawler and not lose my Ruination Guide. Alright, so Dominator Drone. Our opponent seemed to do the white-black Devoid, which is an odd pairing considering the fact that white has no Devoid creatures. Alright, so I'm going to play the Skyline Cascade. I'm not going to get any use out of it, unfortunately. Other than it being coming into play tapped. But that will allow us to play our Kozilek's Channeler next turn. And we're just going to kind of turtle up here. There's the Evolving Wilds for the fixing that we would have loved. Probably red, I would think. Oh, no. He must just be straight white-black. Trying to think if there were any white cards that we saw pass through. Not really, though. Alright, Mindraker. He's going to make us get rid of a card, and I believe we'll just go ahead and get rid of the Anticipate. I mean, I could have seen people can definitely argue that I should have got rid of the island, but we didn't know that this mountain was coming, so I want to be able to play Kozilek's Channeler this turn. Because then next turn we can play Rune Processor. So we could just go ahead and attack. If we do, we at the very least take out one of his guys. Or he could just double block with these guys and then we pick which one we get rid of. I think I'm going to choose to go ahead and wait. Alright, so Sludge Crawler. He could just pump it, basically making it a 4/4. I'm just going to take it. We do have one of our better high-end cards already. Alright, so he's going to have a second play. Or he's got an instant speed card. So I'm going to play the Rune Processor here. Unfortunately, we have not ingested him. So we aren't going to get to gain life, but we are going to have hands down the biggest card on the board. And now I do feel okay about attacking with the Sentinel. He could even activate Shambling Vent if he wants, and maybe that's what he was holding up mana for. I'm tempted to hold the island just in case he plays another Mindraker. I'd rather discard that than the Invoker, and that's why I haven't played that. The Invoker could be a really important piece for us. It could be the card that, once we stabilize, that can clear the board. Alright, so I think the more important card for us to get rid of is probably the Dominator Drone, because we don't want to just constantly have him ingesting. So even though the Mindraker is bigger, I think it's more important to get rid of the Dominator Drone. Ooh, okay. Got lucky there. If I had put the Mindraker in front, then that had to have been a punt, honestly. Otherwise, because honestly, he got nothing out of that. Absolutely nothing. I still killed the guy that I was going to kill. He still killed my guy. And maybe he's double checking stuff right now. Alright, so the good thing is he is empty-handed right now. Alright, so we have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So we can go ahead and play both of our guys. I'm just going to go ahead and attack in with the processor first. He could activate the Shambling Vent and take out our processor, but it's going to take every single card of his. Alright, so play the Invoker, play the Wind Rider. So we actually have some decent blockers. If he attacks, that's totally fine with me too. I mean, our board is looking much better than his, although it looks like he drew something good off the top. Sheer drop. Ouch. So there goes our processor. This is now where I would absolutely love to have had 2 of those. Alright, so we have 2, 4, we have 8 mana available. We can start picking off his creatures. So I am going to play the island, even though this turn it doesn't matter. I'm just going to start picking off these now, though. And I could have easily waited until his turn to do this, but I don't want him to be able to get the mana either. Alright, so scry 2, and we want both of them. Actually, Herald of Kozilek isn't going to do us much good right now, but the Vestige will. Alright, so our opponent playing a land there is definitely a good sign for us. If he wants to attack us, we will just let him go. The Valakut Invoker is too important, as is, I think, the Ruination Guide. I mean, our crackback attack would already be 14, plus 1... Alright. So he does go ahead and attack, and that's fine. It's not even an Ingester. But it makes sense to attack like that because he knows that he's going to lose it anyway. If we wanted to. But we have a play. So we don't necessarily need to do that. I'm going to actually take out the Sludge Crawler. Yeah, taking out the Sludge Crawler is... It's a decent idea, but we want to do that on his turn, probably. Well, we actually can't take it out. He'll have to activate. I'm just going to attack first, see what we're going to draw. I mean, we could attack with the Kozilek's Channeler, and that's gonna... he'll trade. This is definitely being very cautious on our part. Right here, having that mountain could be pretty important. Because then if we lose Kozilek's Channeler, we can still pick off stuff with the Invoker. So we actually want to draw the mountain next turn. And I'm just going to hold up mana to activate our Invoker. Playing out the Vestige doesn't really change things. So if he just attacks with the Mindraker, we'll block with the Channeler. That way, even if he has a trick, we will tap for mana and kill the Mindraker. or the Sludge Crawler. Either way, we're okay. Alright, so nothing. And I accidentally did that during the main. That is totally my bad, which unfortunately leaves me open to a shear drop. Ooh, okay. Alright, so the likelihood of him being able to do that again is not much. Alright, so now we can go ahead and attack in with our Channeler and our Wind Rider. And now we'll put the Mountain to the bottom and we'll put the Infiltrator to the top. Yeah, with the Invoker on the board, and we just had the commanding, I mean, we had a 4-3 flyer and a 5-4. He just had not much to do there. We did not see a lot of white from him. I mean, tandem tactics. And I mean, he wasn't even playing a lot of allies either, which is, it was kind of an odd deck that he had there. I feel like the deck played out decent. He is a fast deck, and so I think that the Kozilek Sentinels is probably a better option. If it was somebody that was looking slower, I could easily see bringing in like our Valakut Predator and our McKindy Slide Runner. But we're looking to be more of the controlling, stabilize the board and take over. I so wish I would have ended up with another Rune Processor though. Good thing that I did take that one early. But yeah, we could really use at least one more Eldrazi in this deck. There was the 6 mana one that becomes a 9/9 if you can exile 2 cards or bring back 2 cards. This is pretty much unkeepable. If we had a second land, I'd totally keep this hand. This is fine. And we don't need another land just yet. He's got the Sledge Crawler again. You don't necessarily want to use a Tightening Coils on a Sledge Crawler, but that card can truly get out of hand if you haven't played with it. It's actually quite fun. Alright, so he takes out one of our Incubator drones. And I just want to slow him up. I don't want him to be ingesting us nonstop. And the thing is, we don't have a way to be on the board until turn 4 right now. So if he had like any removal spell, he's just gonna, peck away at us all day long, ingesting as he goes and pumping his guy. Alright, so he's got a 06. This guy's deck is definitely different from a lot of the normal ones that you've been seeing. You could activate a Shambling Vent to start attacking. That's not what he's doing. Okay, so the Griffin. Could be a troublesome card. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of flyers in this, which is surprising in a blue deck. That Herald of Kozilek is exactly at the wrong time. So we play Herald, we do nothing. Let's just play our bigger card, I guess. So unfortunately, he's going to be able to blank us with that fortified rampart. And we don't even really have pump spells. Alright, we can stop drawing lands. I would really love it. And so we have no benefit to attacking right now, so we'll go ahead and wait. Yeah, so he can just peck away with that Courier Griffin. Oh my, come on. You know, since we have so much mana, I'm just going to attack. He'll block one with his Defender and probably the Sledge Crawler. But our Herald will do a pretty good job blocking. And all we have is lands in our hands, so we don't really need to ramp up right now with that Channeler. That's quite the surprise. He's got an 06 Defender and choosing not to block with it. So he must think that we have a trick, so that's why I'm just gonna... I'm not F6ing through this. Instead, I'm going to do each phase clicking. It's definitely a sign for your opponent that they can just freely attack or whatever if you F6. So remember that, you know, sometimes they'll not attack when they probably should, or not block when they probably should. Yeah, why not? Another land. That's that's just what I was asking for. I'm very tempted to just go ahead and attack all in. We don't have much else to do. I mean, we're gonna get beat down with that 2 in the air the whole time. I guess I could hold back and do nothing. Yeah, that's good. So he might have the Inspired Charge here. He's got lots of mana up. Guess not. That was just me basically hoping that he makes a incorrect block or something. Alright, Angel of Renewal. Alright, so his white in his deck is Flyers, his black is Devoid. And this looks like it's just going to be a bit late. Even if we do the Kozilek's Channeler, we don't have enough mana to play the Invoker and activate it. I'll just attack with the Invoker. Yeah, this game is just over. We drew way too many lands in a row there. You know, looking back, absolutely putting Tightening Coils on the Sledge Crawler was the wrong move. But at the time, all we had was a... You know, we didn't have much. We weren't going to be able to make a play until turn 4. I'm just going to go ahead and concede here. No point in wasting time. So here we have not been able to get out fast enough to even ingest a single thing. So Processor Assault is definitely not belonging in this. I do think I'm going to bring in Wavewing Elemental, which is a card I don't really like playing, but it'll give us a flyer. It's just going to be a slow flyer. Molten Nursery hasn't come up yet. I think we'll do the Wavewing instead of Incubator Drone. That's just not really worth our while, I don't think. Alright, so this looks like a decent hand. We'll go ahead and keep. Just play the Spires out so we don't have to wait for it to untap. I'm going to play the Herald out now because then next turn I could play the Channeler or the Ruination Guide and Tightening Coils, depending on what the opponent does. Alright, so a 2/2 flyer. Flyers are definitely tough for us, as we have seen. I believe that I want to do the Ruination Guide, and then I'll hold up Anticipate. And we can just go ahead and attack him with the Herald now. Alright, so Sheer Drop. I'll just anticipate now. Doesn't really matter. Gosh, we want all of them. Wind Rider Patrol, though, is the strongest of the 3. Jeez, why couldn't 2 of these been lands? I'm just going to do the Island rather than the Skyline Cascade, because then if he attacks, we will be able to tap it down. Otherwise, we could look to just... I think the Ruination Guide is too important to us, so I don't want to trade our Ruination Guide for his Shadow Glider. Especially when next turn we could play a Wind Rider Patrol, which is a bigger flyer than what he has. Alright, so we do get another flyer. But I'm just gonna, I think putting the tightening coils on the Night Watch and then attacking it with the Channeler is going to be our best option here. And then we'll play our land. And we could still play the Wind Rider Patrol, actually. Didn't really think about that one. And he has enough mana that he could play the Angel now, but he doesn't have it. Silent Skimmer is a good card. It'll block, but that's about it. Okay, so we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So we can play both of our cards. I'm just going to attack in with the Wind Rider first. And he might have Gideon's Reproach up. But if he has it up, he was going to hit us with it anyway. And I'm actually going to... I want to kill the Skimmer more than the Glider. Because that one guaranteed gets damage through. Unfortunately, Tandem Tactics makes it so that that's definitely a nice move there by him. Should have played around that considering he's played it against us already. Luckily, we do have another flyer though. And we probably should have, I mean, never mind. I was going to say we should have attacked with the Channeler, but my plan was to play these two. Now we're at a point where lands would be fine. And of course we don't draw lands. And his Sledge Crawler is actually strong enough to kill our Channeler. Gross. I'm going to try attacking with the Wave Wing. Right now he's not representing enough damage to kill it, but he can block it, and this time I'm going to leave the the Shadow Glider in the front in case he has the +2/+1 to all your guys spell, which he does. Yeah, I just want to make sure I killed something. We're both drawing off the top of our decks now, though. And neither of us have exiled anything. Yep. There's the land when we don't need it. So we could attack with the Channeler, looking to probably trade with his Sledge Crawler. Otherwise he could just block with the Night Watch. And I think that's what we're going to do. I like our board state better than his right now. And we have mana to do everything in our deck right now. I had been anticipating that he had just a... Oh, maybe he's got a sheer drop. That's kind of what it's looking like. Yeah, I would guess the way that he tapped his mana there that he had sheer drop and didn't realize that it's a sorcery. Nope, he's got something. Okay, complete disregard. Oh, blowout. Not really a blowout, but that's just a bummer because it's not going to kill his Night Watch now. Alright, so we finally do ingest something. I did play out my land because I want to be able to, when we get, say we pick up the Invoker, I want to make sure that we are able to use it. Even if it's on the same turn, I would be pretty happy with that. Jeez, and he's drawing gas, whereas all we drew was crappy lands. Swear word. This is looking like this is how this is gonna end. His deck is so janky. Which makes me feel even worse. It's like the weirdest ingest life gain deck you've ever seen. So they'll be hitting us for 6 a turn. Without even worrying. He's not even attacking with a Sludge Crawler, which I don't know why not. Oh, good, another land. The salt is real over here. Lord. Yep, we got nothing. There's not even much that we can hope for here. Other than, I guess, a Ruined Processor would be the best card we could possibly draw. He could just trade the Kozilek Channeler right now. Yeah, Kozilek Sentinel is not going to be enough for us. Alright, kids, that is it. We just lost to some deck that I don't even know what to call. Devoid life gain, which is nothing in this format. Oh, that's a bad sign. But good thing is, we're going to win rounds 2 and 3, so come back and watch. This is Josh here with Basement Level Magic. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We'd really do appreciate it. Later.